why did we come up with this, this idea? I guess that, the background here is that, as I said, we've been working in orthodontics a long time. And when we sort of first saw this sort of artificial intelligence technology come onto the market, what really occurred to us was, reflecting on Invisalign and the disruption to orthodontics, 20 odd years ago, and realizing that, the biggest disruption from Invisalign, it wasn't actually the plastic aligners, it was the CleanCheck. It was moving the intellectual treatment of patients, or the intellectual part of an orthodontic treatment from, bracket positioning in the mouth inside a physical clinic to a computer program. And certainly with dental monitoring, it took it a step further, allowed, a lot of these regular checkup appointments where we're checking for contacts and broken attachments and aligner fit and things like that. It allowed that to move to the computer as well. So, basically the background here was that, we sort of had this vision where, dentists and orthodontists could work closely together, because actually an orthodontist could be far more involved in the success of a treatment outcome using this technology without having to physically be present in a dental clinic. So that's the background of where we got started with SmileMate. The diagnostic tool that we've created as our first product, the story there, I guess, is that, the biggest breakdown that we see is in actually identifying and converting patients in a GP clinic into treatment. And so ultimately, in 2020, dentistry has become a target for disruption. We've got a whole bunch of different companies that have come in, backed by venture capital, and they're sort of taking the trends that are happening out there in the greater sort of community with, patients seeking satisfaction and being driven by price. And they're taking patients sort of out of the healthcare system. So, we sort of thought that as a starting point, if we can be having more conversations with patients at their regular checkups or in situations outside of the clinic to get them to come in to the dentistry, healthcare system, that's a win for everyone, really. So as I said, 2020 patients are way less loyal and they're seeking convenience. That's ultimately what it's all about. And so, when you look at how we are going to set the industry up and how we're going to set our practices up to compete with some of these, these incumbents, I think that's a really important thing to realize, is that we don't have the loyalty that we used to, and patients aren't going to, call up, wait a week for an appointment. They're not going to come in and ask about treatments and then wait weeks for you to collaborate with doctors. They want instant sort of answers. And if they can't get it from this website, they're going to go to that website. And they can't get it from this doctor, they're going to go to that doctor. So, getting the answer that we need to get to the patient as quick as possible is certainly important. The other aspect is that, obviously the cost of acquiring a new patient through advertising is increasing dramatically. And we sort of have direct numbers on this through the consulting work that we do. But, these incumbents, whether it be SmileDirectClub or DSOs or whatever, they sort of come backed by venture capital. And as a result, profitability in the short term isn't as important as it is with your local sort of dental clinic. So the cost of acquiring these patients by these incumbents has been driven up. And so it makes it even more important to focus on what your strengths are as a local practice as far as patient acquisition goes. So,